Greetings one and all, and welcome to the KunTao Silat Vimeo channel. My name is Steve Gartin, and I want to invite you to a short display of our third form in the Malabar KunTao Silat system. This is a closed system, as it's called. This is a system that I received from Willem de Tours and have maintained its legacy, its pusaka. As they say in Indonesian, its holy legacy. In any case, the various forms that you're going to see in this particular short clip is the major forms of the Malabar system. They consist of what you see now on the screen is called Jurus Satu. This would be the first form. This is a KunTao Silat form from the drum fighter style of the KunTao Mountains of Indonesia. And you'll see quite a few different variations of this form in the actual videos of the Guru certification course. And this is obviously an excerpt from that. The grand teacher, Willem de Tours, is shown here teaching Lanka Dua, which is the second form. It is a purely Silat form, whereas the other two forms from the KunTao system are a mixture of KunTao and Silat. The people that you see in the background, you see Philip Silas over to your right, which would be his left, Conrad Bowie a little farther in front of him, and on the other side is Brian Ernest, one of my students. But the form is being performed by Willem de Tours. And this is what we use as the standard, basically, for how we want the form performed. This is another shot from the Guru classes. These are classes of my students that set out to become gurus and did. And this little clip goes all the way back to Longmont, back in the Dark Ages, where KunTao Silat was almost unheard of. And these forms were looking so weird that very few people really had much of a desire to learn them. But when they saw the incredible fighting efficiency that these forms generate, people's opinions started changing. And KunTao Silat became a very well-known martial art, especially in the upper echelons of the martial arts world. Most of the students that come to us are black belts and above in various other systems and find KunTao Silat to be a collegiate level course and puts all the little pieces together so that their fighting efficiency is augmented and advanced. Philip Silas is shown here instructing the very first of the Guru classes. And these are classes that Willem himself taught the majority of, the idea being that I'd ask him to show my students. You see here Brian Ernest over on the side, and when the film pans, you'll see Eric Fowler on the other side. But what I wanted was for Willem himself to demonstrate the forms and the techniques the way that he wanted to see them performed. And that is what these Guru classes are all about. These are also available online at www.kuntaosilat.com. The form that he's demonstrating here is Lanka's Tiga, the third form, or it's also called the monkey form. But the Silat is very obvious in here. Any of you that have seen Sarak or Chimandi or any of the major Silat styles will recognize some of these what's called jurus, the hand motions, and obviously the leg motions as well. But one of the things that is beautiful about KunTao Silat is that you do not practice one way and fight another. The forms actually translate into combat technology. The idea the concept, the principle, is that you practice the forms until they become first nature to you. So when combat suddenly happens, the training mechanisms are already built into your bodily movements. So from there, it's simply a matter of applying the technology of combat to what you already know. Now, Chuck Stallman is one of the old timers. He's been around since, the late 70s. He came in as one of Randall Goodwin's students, as did Dave Anderson. And here they're performing a duo set of the Lanka's Tiga, or the Lanka's Monyet, the monkey form. And the variances that you'll see in the performance of the various forms are often due to body types or prior training, or a lot of the elements enter into it. And once again, the beauty of the Americanized version of KunTao Silat is that each person develops their own particular martial lifestyle. Here is Mario Reinero, and he is, he came in probably in the late 80s or so, from Mexico, from Guadalajara. His brother still has a big studio down there. But Mario is one of the top practitioners in KunTao Silat today. And once again, the Guru certification course is my video. And I had the good fortune of being on the inner circle, kind of everyone's friend, and I got to do a lot of the video. And these gentlemen performed their heart for me so that I could share this with you. Here's Chuck Stallman, once again demonstrating with Randall Goodwin the actual application of the form into a technique. The idea of having a partner to train with is virtually indispensable in KunTao Silat, because it is not what it looks like. You really have to feel KunTao Silat to understand its combat efficiency. And hopefully you're not feeling it from the wrong direction. But the idea of running practice groups, practice leaders, leading practice, even before they become gurus, is so that you have the opportunity to practice the actual application of these moves from the form. And that's what Randall and Chuck are doing here now. The control, the placement of the legs, the attitude of the body, all of these things enter into the application, the combat application of the form. Now, here's one of my students, Ted Garcia, demonstrating my version of the Shaolin black tiger called Payun. Now, I admittedly modified it a little bit here and there to actually make it a little more difficult than the original form, because the concept of the Shaolin is the hard training, the low horse stances. These things are incredible for enhancing practitioners' strength and endurance and speed and accuracy, and the actual delivery of the power. This is one of the important things in the Shaolin aspect of the KunTao Silat program. There is also the internal aspect of the Dawa starts that you'll find in the American version of KunTao Silat. But what we try to do is demonstrate on video different ways that the forms are done, different applications coming from the form by different people. And that's also one of the keys to training in KunTao Silat. One of the reasons, people say that I'm pretty good at this stuff, and quite frankly, the reason is I got to train with some of the best martial artists you will ever see. I mean, just look at the guys in this one little clip. I mean, these are premier martial artists. And by surrounding yourself with people of this caliber, you cannot help but to improve. This is why we push the Practice Leader program so much. Now, another one of the things that we do in the videos is, because the forms are done, at normal speed, which, to most people is pretty rapid, we try to slow these things down in the videos, in the DVDs for the Guru certification course, so you can see the minute detail. This is very important in the learning process. And in order to really get the benefit out of these DVDs, there's also a downloadable version of the Guru certification course, the idea is to follow along with the videos so that you can actually get the motions, get the moves by repetition. You don't want to sit and just watch these videos. You want to get up off your ass and work along with them. This was the original key that I saw way back in the late 1970s, was that in the olden days, the students would train along with the masters. And that's exactly the way I learned. Willem would, just get out there and show us what to do while we were doing it with him. And this made it very difficult in a lot of ways to see what was being done and to perform it properly. So as the age of video developed, I bought good video equipment, not professional, certainly amateur quality stuff, but I filmed a whole lot of KunTao Silat. And now this is a part of the archives in the KunTao Silat system. And this is available to the people who join the Guru certification program. And one of the things that other people will tell you is that you cannot learn from a video. And part of that is true, in that you can't get the feeling unless you actually practice it with a practice group. But if you do that, if you have a practice group, you get a bunch of friends that work along with you, you submit your videos to the testing board for testing, and get a critique from each of the gurus or sigungs or whoever's grading your performance, you'll see little tricks, little minute pieces and parts of KunTao Silat that all fit together in an intrinsic, synergistic package. They say, well, how do you test by video? Let me tell you something about KunTao Silat. You watch somebody do a technique, and you will see their leg placement, their body posture, their hand positions, where they have their head, where they are in relationship to their attacker. You'll see all kinds of things that just you can easily identify a KunTao Silat player. Now, also, like we show here with Randall, he's doing the same form from different perspectives, so that you, as a practitioner, as a student of KunTao Silat, get to see more than one angle. Now, this is an impressive improvement over the olden days, when people just got to work alongside their teacher and get bopped upside the head anytime they didn't get it right. Now you have pause, you have still motion, you have slow motion, you got rewind. You can go over these things over and over again until it makes sense to you, until you can actually perform the techniques. And you'll see people like Randall Goodwin. I mean, this man is a martial genius. He's an amazing guy. But here he is explaining in great detail what KunTao Silat is.